All right, let's dive right into a huge question for anyone who's ever looked at a chart. Why do so many traders fail? We're going to break down the 5 most common reasons and, way more importantly, show you how to build the discipline to actually avoid them. Let's get to it. Now, just let this idea sink in for a second, because it completely flips the script. So many people want to blame the market, or bad luck, or some secret Wall Street algorithm. But the truth, it's usually a lot closer to home. The biggest obstacle isn't out there somewhere. It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. So where does it all start to go wrong? Well, let's kick things off with the first and honestly the most common pitfall, just jumping into the market with no plan at all. I call this trading without a map. This is pure chaos. It's clicking buy just because you've got a gut feeling, or you heard a tip, or you saw a big green candle. A real plan has, at minimum, 3 numbers: where you get in, where you take profit, and where you admit you were wrong, your stop loss. Without those, you're just floating. You have no idea when to cash in, and no clear line in the sand to cut a losing trade. You're basically gambling, and we all know who wins that game in the long run. And this just nails it, doesn't it? A trading plan isn't some nice-to-have suggestion. It's your business plan for every single position. It's your logic, your reasoning, all laid out before your emotions have a chance to hijack the whole operation. It is absolutely 100% non-negotiable. All right, let's move on to our second big mistake. And you'll see how it builds on the first one. It's getting caught in the overtrading trap. This one's subtle because it feels like you're being productive, but you're really just spinning your wheels. There's this massive myth out there that the more you trade, the more money you're going to make. But as you can see, that's just not how it works. It's more like a hamster wheel than a path to profit. All that constant activity just leads to forcing trades that aren't really there, piling on commission costs, and making decisions out of boredom instead of solid strategy. So here's the crucial takeaway. Success is all about patience and being picky. It's about waiting for those A-plus setups that fit your plan to a T, not just taking a swing at every little wiggle in the market. Believe me, one great trade is worth infinitely more than 10 mediocre ones. Now for the third pillar of failure. And listen up, because this is the one that causes the most damage the fastest. It's having zero respect for risk management, or as we can call it, betting the whole farm. What's the secret weapon of almost every single successful trader out there? It's this number right here. They only risk a tiny, manageable fraction of their entire account, usually just 1 to 2% on any single idea. This one simple rule ensures that no single loss can ever take them out of the game. Just look at this comparison on the screen. It tells the whole story. The disciplined approach is that small, almost boring little bar on the left. Now that huge bar on the right, that's someone risking a quarter of their account on one trade. One wrong move, and they've suffered a loss so catastrophic, it's nearly impossible to come back from. It's the difference between survival and self-destruction. This should be the mantra of every single trader. Your first job is not to make money, it's to not lose the money you have. Profits are just the byproduct of playing great defense and staying in the game long enough for your edge to play out. Okay, on to pillar number 4, and this one takes us deep inside the trader's mind. We're talking about the internal battle against 3 incredibly powerful emotions: fear, greed, and revenge. These are the silent account killers. Fear makes you freeze up and miss that perfect entry your plan was screaming at you to take. Greed whispers in your ear, just a little more, right up until a huge winner turns into a loser. And revenge trading, oh, that's the most dangerous of all. After you take a loss, it's that voice yelling at you to get your money back by making bigger, angrier, and dumber bets. The cure is so simple to say, but so hard to put into practice. Your trading plan, the one you made when you were calm and logical, is your shield. You have to learn to execute it like a pilot going through a pre-flight checklist, no matter how much emotional turbulence you're feeling. And that brings us to our final reason for failure: a total lack of patience. This is where we shift from just pointing out the problems to really building the mindset for long-term success. So many people come to the market looking for a lottery ticket, right? A get-rich-quick scheme. They want that adrenaline rush of a fast win. But that mindset is totally toxic, because real trading is a profession. It's a skill that you build over hundreds, even thousands of hours. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And that's the ultimate truth right there. Winning in this game isn't about one spectacular home run trade that makes you a hero overnight. It's about the boring, disciplined, consistent application of your strategy, day in and day out. Those small, steady gains are what compound into incredible results over time. So we've laid out the 5 biggest landmines that traders step on. We've seen all the traps. The big question now is, what do we actually do about it? How do we take all this and build a rock-solid foundation for a real trading career? It all boils down to these 3 pillars of success. To beat the chaos and avoid overtrading, you have to plan every single trade. To keep from betting the farm, you have to control your risk. And to overcome fear, greed, and impatience, you have to build the discipline to follow that plan. This is the bedrock of professional trading. And this is where we'll leave it. Because look, understanding these ideas is one thing, but progress only comes from actually doing it. Discipline isn't a single decision. It's a muscle you have to strengthen every single day. So looking at these pillars, which one is your weakest link right now? Which one are you going to commit to building starting today?